Hello to our fantastic C1 family. I hope you all are doing great, amazing, epic, and fantastic. Well, today's call is exclusively meant for all our fantastic C1 top leaders and the top producing leaders. So thank you so much, firstly, for joining the call. Today, I know there are a lot of great things that you are all anticipating on what's coming up next with C1. What's happening? What is going to be the next process? Swap, UNX exchange. What is the pledge Cbit? Briefly, what I gave you a hint yesterday on the C1 LG call. Well, there are a lot of great deliverables and talks today on the call. And you all know, we all have your favorite, Mr. Chris, who is C1's Web3 director, who would also be taking us through the entire call. But before that, I would definitely like to tell you one thing, dear C1 family, that we do have a lot of great updates today. Please make sure to have your pens and your paper or your digital pad. And at the same time, we're recording this call just in case if any of you or your top leaders have missed this. But all the information that Chris will talk about today on the call will be super important, which means it's not more about the slides, what is there, but it's more about what he speaks. At the same time, I do understand that we do have different markets who are doing a live translation of this call. And I've got requests already to be a little clear, crisp, and a bit slower in the pace of the deliveries. So we'll definitely try and maintain doing that. On the other hand, we also have an option which is on your Zoom right now. If you look at your phone or if you're joining us from your laptop or computers, there's an option called CC, that's called closed caption. Once you click on the CC link, you can then also have all the captions written in different languages. So in case you find a bit of trouble in understanding in English, I would request and urge you to please make sure to use the option of closed caption or the CC, that is the show captions option, and that would give you all what we are talking about, the entire captions. You can see that on your screen. All right, so without much of ado, now I would definitely like to invite the man who's been the pillar, who's been the mastermind, who's been the think tank of the entire C1's ecosystem. We all know that he is a man who has come from a very successful, a hero product of C1, co-founding that, but at the same time, he's now leading C1's Web3 ecosystem that includes the wallet, the Cbits, the chain, and so many other great aspects of development. When I talk about crypto or blockchain as a space in general, we do have every day some new development coming in. And to be on the pace of these developments, we have the think tank, Mr. Chris himself today on the call. Chris, I hope you're doing great, sir, and welcome to this call.
Thank you so much, Ross. Raj, I'm doing great, and your introductions never stops to amaze me. I feel like, who's that talking? You're talking about?
But I'm a network guy, Chris, and all this introduction that I give you is not coming from my end, but these are the words directly coming from the network, and that's what they call you and treat you as. So yes, you are here. You're the helm of this entire ecosystem. Chris, today I know we'll be talking about pledge Cbits.
Yeah.
Just a little definition, just before we get started. What is pledge? Like, you remember in the school we used to do, I promise to be your, is that the pledge, or what kind of a pledge is this?
Exactly. So pledge translated means promise, right? Sacrifice. So pledge for Cbit is basically that you sacrifice your Cbit, you exchange your Cbit with a promise to do it and to get something else in return. Obviously, we're talking about UNX now, and the future of the exchange and the last piece of everything that we're building. So yeah, the UNX will be super important since it's new and we're building it the way we want to have it compared to all the other exchanges. we are doing now with the pledge, we're inviting all members to take part of this journey at the very first step. So it's super exciting. We're so happy that we got to this agreement with the UNX team. As you know, and as you've said many times, this is a partnered up exchange. We're partnered with some of the best people in the field, with the solid foundation, secure, and seamless trading experience. So we're really happy to offer this opportunity to get fully use directly of the Cbit.
Brilliant. That answers the question. Over to you now, Chris, and I'll be handling the keynote from my end here. And we started off.
Perfect. So the Cbit pledge. We want you to feel that you're unlocking the future of UNX with this. So, like I said, this is a great opportunity for us. We've been longing to introduce to you an enhanced and amplified token utility for your Cbit. We have the staking. Of course, we will have additional token utility as well when it comes to subscriptions and some rewards. We have a metaverse, etc. But we have been looking to have this big bang of Cbit. So that's why we're doing this. And we're really happy to have all the details together. And this is great for all Cbit holders. So if we move on, I will go through the new token utility today. We will dive into the UNX and the pledge, what that will entail for all of you guys. And obviously we will discover the benefits. We will go through how exactly the pledge will work. And I also want to take the opportunity to share with you our vision of what the next steps will be for you. This is all about communication. We have 600,000 C-Link holders. You know, we have over 1 million Cbit holders. So there's a lot of people that needs to get this information. We're starting here. Raj had a little preview yesterday. We will have calls today and tomorrow. But now it comes down to you guys. So it's important that we're all on the same page and that we can take the information forward to everyone in the network. So the Cbit, you think you know. You know we have an 8-year vesting period of the Cbit. And this has been made by design, obviously, to create a sustainable token mechanics and token economy, to bring you on board to the long-term vision that we have for the token and the entire network. With this comes some difficulties, of course. Everybody, they don't want to wait that long. And like I said before, the limited Cbit use cases now initially in the beginning, staking pools, staking rewards are great. But yeah, we're looking to expand the token utility. With this big amount of Cbit that we have, we also put the high demand for liquidity. So what we're searching for is a deflationary token model, which means that you remove Cbit from circulation. We have 10 billion Cbit. Right now, I think we have 1.5 billion of those out in circulation. So there's a lot that has been claimed and staked. We have a lot of still in our treasury wallet, and there's a lot being streamed. So this will be vested, same with the Cbit as it is for you, over 8 years. So we will emit tokens from the vesting schedule a little bit every quarter. We have shared this vesting schedule with you before, so I hope you know what I'm talking about. But now we're looking to increase the token utility. So I think we can move on to the next slide. So this is when we also introduce UNX. The UNX will launch this month in July. We will have a exclusive pre-launch for the top leaders, and then it will follow on as we go. So we count on July and August to have most of eligible members on board to UNX. UNX is, I want you to see it as our own exchange. We have co-founded this exchange together with the UNX team to offer a tailored trading experience for you and for the network industry. So this will take place and take shape in many different ways, but most importantly, it will be fully integrated into C-Link, C-Link Chain, Cbit, of course, etc. So with the UNX, we will, of course, have trading. We will start with the top 20 token pairs. So that means Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, USDC, of course. We have Tron and Ripple, all these top 20 token pairs. So that's where we will start. So this launch will be in different phases. So the first step is to enable the top trading, and we will also introduce staking mechanics. And as we go, as the exchange evolves, there will obviously be a lot more. We are counting on becoming a top 10 crypto exchange globally. We don't see any reason why that shouldn't be the aim, to aim for the very top. We have hundreds of thousands of users ready to jump on board, and this gives us a great head start compared to current competition, but also how all the big guys started one time back in the days, like Binance and Bybit, OKX, Coinbase, etc. They started with nothing, basically. So the way we see it, we have a head start, and this is a great tool for onboarding. All the people that are into crypto, they need to have crypto somewhere. My first account was at Coinbase. Most of you probably also started with an exchange. So this is a great way to get onboarded into the crypto space. It's safe, it's secure. You don't need the seed phrases and the non-custodial part, but you can be onboarded through a seamless experience. And that's why we feel that having an exchange tied into the ecosystem will be crucial for the next million people that we want to onboard, that you want to onboard into crypto, and more importantly, the C1 Web3 ecosystem. So this is, like I said, with this pledge, we are giving out an extremely good opportunity for you to be a pioneer of the future of the exchange. So let's move on to the next slide. I think it says more about it here. Yes. So what the pledge is all about is that you, in a single transaction, in a very easy way, you will be able to exchange unvested tokens. That tokens that will take you 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 8 years to get to your wallet. You can now instantly exchange that into a UNX NFT ownership. What that gives you access to is many things. Imagine everything that happens on an exchange, you will have access, you will be rewarded for, and you will earn from people using. Partly, of course, inside your own network already, but more importantly, for everybody from the outside. So we have created a system where everything that happens on an exchange flows into staking pools, which these NFTs will get access to. So it's exclusive access and rewards. And this is a way for us to really maximize the Cbit utility as well. So it's twofold, right? One is that you can do something with your unvested Cbits, and we're also creating a deflationary token mechanism. So a lot of the Cbits will go out of supply, which means as well that it's a lot easier to maintain the price movement on the current existing Cbit. And this is, of course, we are on our end, we are supporting the growth of UNX. So we have an exclusivity agreement with them for the initial couple of months, 3, 6, 9, that depends on a couple of things. But this is a great way as well to grow together. C1, UNX, and you guys in the center. So this is, like I've said, it's a great way to increase the overall exposure and the C1 ecosystem expansion. Okay, I think we can move on. Okay, you've already done that. Okay, so why pledge your token? Gain immediate access to UNX ecosystem, unlock exclusive features, support a highly scalable global trading platform, and this in the end aligns with C1's vision for the future of building it towards a more decentralized network economy. So this is, like I said before, right? This is why you should do it. And we will get back to you all the different things it will unlock. Of course, UNX is also in its infant phase, even though they have been developing the exchange now for a year and a lot of things has been in place. It's not fully built, right? If you compare with Binance and Coinbase, these guys have been building for 8-10 years. So obviously UNX won't have all the features from the beginning. Then we would need to wait 3-4 more years to launch that. So this will happen step by step, as will all the features. Staking pools, just to give you one idea. Let's say you have access to 2 staking pools from day one, and then after a couple of years, you will have access to maybe 8 or 10 staking pools with the same NFT. As we grow, as more people get onboarded, as more trading fees get accumulated, as more NFT projects, as more token listings, everything will happen over time. So will these benefits. So we can't say exactly in detail what it will look like in 3, 4, 5, 10 years. But what we can tell you is that this will be the most exclusive access point to the exchange. And we have a lot of features already from the beginning. And again, our vision, I think you've heard Jonas say it, Raj and myself as well. We aim at the very top, and I know that you do too. So this is a great opportunity to jump on the bandwagon, the first meter, and join us on this adventure. And also, one other thing, don't think everyone that will have this NFT at UNX will obviously trade themselves at UNX. We want this to be whole. Why would you go to buy groceries at a store if you part own another grocery store? We want this to be the similar logic. We can talk more about UNX over time. I'm positive, especially when it's launched, so you will be able to see all the different features and functionalities. So the NFT utility, this is something in the lines of how it will look. So you will get access to staking pools. A good thing we want to do here is that we want to focus on stablecoin rewards and referrals. So the UNX is not fully tied up to Cbit. You will obviously be able to use Cbit on the exchange, but this is a stablecoin driven exchange. So this is also a good way to hedge a little bit onto a stablecoin for rewards. And then you will always be able to buy and sell, of course, on the exchange and on other platforms to get higher exposure to a more volatile asset. And speaking of, if we look at the market today, I think we're just in the beginning of the altcoin season now. I told Raj a couple of weeks ago that end of June, beginning of July is when I believe things will turn. We see it this week. If that's the case, we will be living now the next 9 to 12 months in a fully blown bull market for all the different coins. And you can just imagine what will happen with trading and mass adoption this bull run. This bull run will be the biggest one we've seen so far. Okay, so you will obviously also be eligible for exclusive events. You will get priority whitelistings for all future IEOs, which means initial exchange offering. Private invite for the UNX token launch. Yeah, obviously we will have a token launch for the UNX as well. Like all crypto projects, especially the exchange, have their own token, utility token for the exchange, for fees, for staking pools, for speculative reasons and whatnot. And we see this as a great opportunity to be exposed to not just one, but two, and eventually maybe even more tokens. I can see in my wallet today, if I look, I have I've had hundreds of different tokens. I try to minimize it more and more, but of course, all different sorts of operations have their own tokens, and this is just going to increase over time. So of course, you will have a private invite for that, and this will be an ERC721 NFT token. So that will be tradable on the secondary market. So our vision with this is to create an asset that bears high value because of all the benefits and rewards people will get by owning this NFT. So our ambition, as always, is to increase the value of these assets as well. So there will be a marketplace eventually on both the exchange and in the C-Link ecosystem. How the pledge works. Okay, so what will happen the next, and the good thing with this is that we start with this next week. This is happening now. We have been planning this for a while. We have been preparing everything, testing everything, and coming up with all the different logics. Whole company has been fully involved, so we're ready now. And as you can understand, this is the first step of launching the exchange. So then the exchange will come very short after that as well. So it's happening now, guys. Pledge Cbit directly in your C-Link wallet. You will receive the NFT once the pledge is fully complete. I will tell you what that will mean later. And then you use your NFT to access staking pools, and then you will claim the rewards quarterly starting Q4 this year. So we will do it quarterly. We launch it now, July, August, September, and then you will be claiming the rewards in October and onwards. That's the plan for now. And if we go to the next slide, this is how we create the two-sided value I talked about before. The cap of the pledge is 2.5 billion Cbit. So it's 25% of all Cbit. If you think now, you remember I said there's only 1.5 billion Cbit in circulation, right? But have in mind, this is all this the vested Cbit. This is what's good. So what we do is we exchange the future value to an instant value creation, reward generating NFT for a popular and very high in utility platform, which is the exchange. So the reduction of supply increases scarcity of the Cbits that's left, right? This will support the long-term growth of both UNX and Cbit, and it aligns with Cbit's deflationary model that we already have thought about. But with this, instead of having a slowly deflationary token model, now we take a jump, and we believe that this is gonna just increase both ecosystems extremely. Yes, next one. So UNX ecosystem, what you will be able to do directly from launch is trading, obviously, spot trading, and you will be doing staking, normal DeFi stuff. You will get early access to the exchange offerings. I can also tell you this much, that we already have tens, if not 20 projects lined up, ready to get onboarded into the C1 ecosystem. When we show our numbers, people are eager to jump on and be a part of this. As you know, we live in Dubai now, me and Pesh and the team, and we're attending all these different events and meeting founders and projects. They don't want anything than to launch together with us. So there will be a lot of collaboration moving forward. There will obviously be a lot of tokenization happening. We're talking about products, and we're talking about travel sites. We're talking about different subscription models. Our goal is that all the different parameters in the C1 ecosystem will be tokenized eventually. Everything that can be tokenized will be tokenized. And it will all be centered around the exchange and the C-Link ecosystem. So it will be a great place for the community to have, we have different leaderboards, we will have referrals, we will have different bonuses, different staking incentives. There will be so many things for you guys on the exchange. And this final thing here is what I think is most fascinating. The marketplace and launchpad vision we have. Just take one example. If you take an NFT collection, they have 10,000 NFTs usually in their, and they launch with basically zero, and then they gain traction by attracting investors and speculators on to the collection. Usually, it's around 2, 3, maybe up to 5,000 unique holders on these NFT collections. And if people are invested, and if they have a long-term mindset with the collection, they hold their NFTs, so they don't sell them necessarily. And they go up to many ETHs in some cases, right? So just say a medium NFT collection decide to launch together with us and get exposure to these hundreds of thousands of active users directly from the get-go, where we can have a whitelist system, and same for all these different meme coins and new projects that want to get exposure. We will have an advantage that we can offer to a high amount of users at the same time. And like I said before, we will get commission off this. We will get a good deal, of course, because we do this together with them. And this will in return give value back to NFT holders and token holders. So this is how we close the circle as we grow. Okay, compliance and security. Well, obviously, we need to be fully aligned with MiCA regulations and KYC AML enforced. This is something I can spend a couple of minutes explaining why it's so important and why we're pushing it so hard. The crypto landscape has been starting off a little bit rocky or a little bit up and down. It hasn't been very regulated. Now, with all the ETFs, with an American president and countries and big institutions investing into the space, of course, everything needs to become more regulated as well. So in order to operate on in the space, having an exchange, custodian wallet, our own chain, etc., we obviously also need to comply with these regulations. So this is good for our security, but it's also good for your security, because this demands that all smart contracts are audited. There's no loopholes anywhere. We have top of the line security everywhere. So this is a way that we're ensuring the safety for the end users. That's what it boils down to, and that's obviously you guys and your team. So the way we see it is that it's good. It's needed for the overall adoption of crypto, and hopefully it will mean that it will be less scams and less hacks moving forward. So hope you understand and agree with that as well. If we take a look at the timeline, so we have been building now since last year. We are now in Q3. Ceiling chain has been launched and pledge system testing. We will launch the UNX now in July together with the pledge. And then we activate the NFTs when the pledge has been fully done. So when we have met these needs of 2.5 billion, then we will mint the NFTs based on the amount of Cbit that have been pledged. So it will be a pro rata linear calculation model. So you will have a percentage of your NFT representing the amount of pledged Cbit to make it as fair as possible. And we are pushing urgency, of course. There is potentially over 50% of tokens that can be pledged of the entire supply, and we open up for 25%. So not all Cbits can be pledged, and they won't be pledged. But this is what we agreed on being the cap. So it's 2.5 billion. And then we, like I said, this is obviously, we can move on, Raj. Your role as leaders, this is obviously something you're very well addressed about. I need to tell you this, and Raj has some great input here as well. But from my perspective, this is a great thing. I think people will be super excited. We've been receiving some feedback about it being a long investing period, 8 years, etc. Now we have or offering everyone an opportunity to instantly convert into the current value of the token, boom, into a profit generating, reward generating NFT. So this is great. So we want you to help us educate, and we have created so much material and tutorials and stuff. So it's going to be easy for people to understand and actually execute this pledge. Drive early participation. This will just go on for maximum of 2 months, and then we're done. And then there will not be any more pledge. There will not be these NFTs anymore. Then it's all up to secondary markets to decide. And the bigger we grow, the more valuable these NFTs will be. So it's in everybody's interest that we together bring more people on board, and that we actually use UNX. So this is like the perfect compounding effect of the growth of our ecosystem. And yes, we will obviously schedule a lot of different training sessions. We want you to do that as well. You will be doing the pledge, easily wallet, and you can, as always, follow all updates on X, the Twitter. And then it's to get prepared for the pledge. The date will be announced, I think, early next week, but I can tell you already now, it's happening next week. End of next week, we are ready with everything, all the testing and different functions. And then it's go time. Then it's going to happen fast, and it's going to be a great new chapter in the Web3 journey. I'm super excited about it. We have been working hard to get all the pieces together, and if we time with the bull run now as well, things are going to be really interesting for us 2025 and obviously 2026. I know that you have received some questions, Raj. Have you added them here as well, or?
That's right. So I have a few questions that basically come from the networkers hat, and most of the questions are already answered. But we tried having some speculative questions as well, what our fantastic leaders would be thinking. And we also have some questions here on the chat box. But we'd first start off with this question. Let's say, Chris, the first question here, first of all, thank you so much for explaining. I think you've covered all the USPs, you've talked about the reward mechanism, you've talked all the details of it being an ERC-721 token, which is tradable on the marketplace as well, and a lot of great things. First question that comes to anyone's mind is that a benefit for me to pledge versus I stake my core bits? I mean, it's entirely two different things.
Yeah.
The question that comes in is, I have staked, let's say, 100,000 core bits. Now I want to pledge it. So which is more beneficial for me?
So, and this is impossible to answer because there's no right answer, right? We never know. We can't speculate in the future, both with Cbit price, with the overall reward we will attract to UNX. What we can say is that it's two great options, and we will continue to have multiple good options. Pledge is obviously what we focus on now because we believe it's going to create a lot of future utility and reward mechanisms for NFT holders. There is already a lot of Cbit staked, and those tokens are staked in the staking contract. So what you can do eventually is that you take out rewards and you use the rewards for the pledge in the second phase. This is primarily for the unvested tokens. So instead of waiting that long amount of time, you can now convert it directly into this NFT. So I would say it's two different things, both are great. I mean, the staking rewards are obviously really good. So I would always recommend people to have a foot in both camps. If you're 90-10 or if you're 10-90, that's totally up to you, depending on your situation, your long-term vision, if you like staking or more exchange-driven. But always have dual exposure. That's what I recommend.
What we say. Perfect. Chris, so another question. How does Node NFT and Pledge NFT differ in function?
Yes. So this is two complete separate things, right? Pledge is connected to UNX. So you use Cbit to pledge into UNX. The node is an NFT that earns Cbit. We are on the node holders will receive all Cbit. So what you do, obviously, is that you take those Cbit and you pledge those Cbits into NFT, right? So, but your nodes will continuously generate more and more and more Cbit from investing. So it's two completely different things. I would say that both are playing an important role on different ends. So for sealing chain, nodes are important to earn more Cbit, and for the exchange part, the pledge NFT, the UNX NFT that you pledge will play an important role over here.
Brilliant. Thank you, Chris. And on that, I believe we have less than 5% of node NFTs available. Yeah. So for our fantastic members, this is a good time for me to tell you that on the Ultra Shockwave pack, we also have the node NFT in it. Once the 5% goes lesser to 0%, you will remove the node NFT in the Ultra Shockwave pack. Separately, you can also go ahead and get your Supernova node NFT pack as well. All right, Chris, now we get into the pledge. Do we stake the pledge NFT in the staking pool on UNX?
Yes, exactly. Easy answer.
That's an easy answer. All right, now another one. Does holding an element starter package grant me any exclusive or early access to the pledge? Can everyone do it, or NFT package holders can do it?
Yeah, so at the moment, everyone that has Cbit and a C-Link wallet are able to pledge. My response to there is that the pledge will last for up to 2 months, where everyone that has Cbit are able to pledge. So I would just say go in as early as possible to get the access. Yeah, there's no windows that we start with NFT and then we go because 2.5 it's still a lot. We want everybody to feel that they can get involved, and I think it's going to take up until 2 months until everybody has been onboarded. So
that's great news actually for a lot of members. LMS package or just that customers as well. So they also have the option to go ahead and pledge their Cbit.
Yeah.
Perfect. Fifth question, I would skip it because I know there are a lot of great things available in the market